some young girls that were just, I thought etiquette was supposed to lead the way.
Yeah.
So we, taught them great etiquette skills. It was so cute when everyone would just talk out at the same time, and once they finished the etiquette skills, they would go, "Excuse me, may I use the restroom?" It was so funny to see them transform as fast as they did.
Wow.
So you could teach anybody, it's our job to get out there and teach these young girls.
Yeah.
Or the young men.
Welcome everybody to the Speak Your Life podcast. We are so excited, man. It's just a beautiful Saturday. Today's All-Star Weekend here in the ATL, and obviously there's like a lot of traffic and there's so much going on here in the city, and we are still wondering why they still have All-Star Weekend despite COVID-19, but whatever. We just want to say today's special guest was born in New York. She's been all over the place, South Carolina, Detroit, and now she's here in Atlanta. She's been a flight attendant for over 20 years, and she started a nonprofit and now is the founder and owner of Eventology 23 for almost 3 years now. Please welcome Marie Alston.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm well, and yourself?
Pretty good. This weather is like, it was a little weird because like earlier in the week it was like hot, and then now it's like cold. Let me get a jacket. So
that's Atlanta.
I know, right? It's like, I don't know, unpredictable weather. So.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I'm glad that you're able to make it. I'm glad you're looking good. Look, get the suit on. Look at that.
Okay.
Look at this.
I thought I was casual.
Look at this. Casual. Oh, please. I'm casual.
Whoever knows me, they know that I love clothes. So.
That's right. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So basically, y'all, we go to the same church, and she's
right.
always, every single time I see her, she's always in some fancy outfit. Like, I just can't keep up, I just can't keep up. So, what name brand is it this time? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's cool. But anyways, are you ready to speak your life?
Go for it. I'm ready.
Let's do it. So basically, we ask everybody at the beginning of the show just to kind of get a feel for everything. Mark Twain said that the two most important things in life is knowing the day you were born and why. So if you could give us that journey of you don't have to say the year, you just say the era, like whatever works for you, of when you were born, and give us that journey to knowing why you became who you are, or why you were put on this earth. So.
Okay. I was born September 23rd, 1961. I don't care if I tell my age. Milestone birthday this year.
Hey!
I know I was put on this earth there's a purpose. God had a purpose for me. So
yeah.
Throughout the almost 60 years, I'm finding out my purpose as the years go by.
Yeah.
But he gave me a wonderful mother who was a very strong lady, educated lady, hardworking lady, raised 6 kids by herself. Yes. Wow. And so I know I took, all 6 of us, we really took on the struggles that she had in the past, and we're definitely hard-fighting soldiers as well as hard-working people.
And so, you went through high school and all that stuff, and what was the point where you just started like realizing that customer service was your thing? Because obviously you've been a flight attendant, and now you work in events, the event space, and that kind of industry. Were there some moments where you felt like, man, I'm really good at this customer service thing, or I don't know.
Glad you asked. Customer service has always been, the first time that I had a job, it was customer service. I worked at a shoe store in New York.
Wow.
So with all my corporate jobs, I always had a part-time job as a salesperson.
Wow.
You name it. I probably did it for the discount.
Yeah.
Especially the clothing store.
Macy's.
Especially the clothing. I literally never took a check home.
Oh, wow.
So that was just to buy clothing.
That's a good reason.
But I do love people.
Yeah.
I do. I love people so much.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so easy. I wish the world could
Mm-hmm.
see how to... It's easier to be nice,
Mm-hmm.
friendly.
Yeah.
It's harder to be mean and angry.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm a people person.
Yeah.
That's what brought me to Delta. I don't think they would have hired me if
Mm-hmm.
they didn't see that in me.
Yeah. I mean, they made a good choice. They made a good choice. This is a great investment. And you've served, many people of all kinds of backgrounds, of all kinds of cultures, socioeconomic statuses and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And what do you feel like you've learned all across the board as far as like, serving and interacting and having different kinds of conversations with different kinds of people? What has it taught you? Like, I don't know, just...
Yeah,
in your
it
life?
taught me not to take things personal.
Mm-hmm.
I've had different situations where, passengers were real ugly for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But the underlining problem was that they had an illness or they just lost a loved one.
Mm-hmm.
So there's always something attached to someone's anger.
Mm-hmm.
And I try my best not to take it personal.
Yeah. I definitely, as a flight attendant as well, I definitely learned that lesson as well, because you really don't know what people are going through these days.
Really don't.
And so you just have to do your best to show love, and just be professional regardless of like how that person is acting or what they're saying or what their attitude is. Now it depends on the situation, because I think if you got people shouting out racial slurs, and all right, I'm gonna be a way less understanding.
I'm not perfect, but I try to keep the anger in. I mean, of course, I failed many times in life.
Haven't we all?
Every time I attend my service and study, do my devotions, I learn each day.
Yeah.
That I have to show love. It's easier to love my siblings or love my friends, but it's hard to love your enemy.
That's right.
And so that's my prayer on my daily basis, to love my enemies in spite of how they treat me. It took a while now. I've done some crazy stuff through the years. But
wow. Yeah. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of will and just like consciousness. It's really consciousness, because I think,
exactly.
Human. It's like, you have your human nature that's like telling you to like act a certain way if like a customer gets out of line, or somebody is maybe at your event space and they're staying longer than they need to, and then they're maybe getting really mad and angry, and it's just like, hey, it's time to leave. Right. You passed your time. So how, like, and I was curious because like what was it that made you want to start Eventology 23? What made you want to get into that space?
Eventology 23. Should I start off with the name?
Let's go ahead.
No, let's back it up.
Let's back it up. All right. You gotta give the people some context.
Many years ago, I wanted to have a birthday party. And I was here in Atlanta. I looked all over. Of course, I went to many of the hotels. And, the hotels want you to use their caterers, their everything. The
everything, yeah.
Security,
the cleaners, everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I did book with a place that was so far out. It was not centrally located. It was real far out. But my friends, I guess they loved me anyway, so they came far out.
Party. Good friends.
And I kept saying, oh, we got to do better. I have to find me an event hall.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend, she found some property in Atlanta. I was like, oh, great, Atlanta. So when we got to the property, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so ugly. Oh, but then it's gated in. But then this thing is so ugly. I mean, it was truly run down.
Oh, wow.
So I bought the property. It was 2 lots, 2 addresses. So I bought the property and sat on it. I had to figure out, okay, where do I go from here? So I decided to search for a builder, and I found a Buckhead builder that was a friend of my sister's, and she knew the work that he puts out.
Okay.
And I used him. It was very expensive, so that's it was so easy to buy the property, but to oh my gosh, so I got to take loans out for this and that.
That's real business right there.
Real business. Hey,
real business.
Doesn't come with
it comes at a cost. It comes at a cost.
It comes at a cost.
But I guess we can, instead of calling it cost, we can call it an investment.
An investment.
You're investing in your business. You're investing in yourself. So I think that's the better way to look at it. I think especially in the Black community, that costs too much, or I don't feel like doing it. Like, no. Like, look at it a different way. Let's look at this as an investment. Like, let's not complain about, like, I know there's expenses. I mean, people, whoever, it was like when they started Apple, Google, like Facebook, there was costs that started front.
Absolutely.
I mean, a lot of in you're in the losses, in the first couple of years of business. And then it takes you a couple of years to break even, and then you, bam, you go really far after that.
Yeah.
So, that's, it was an investment that you had in your,
But the name, I think my first name I had was Serenity Space Social Lounge. A lot of words, right?
That is a lot.
And lounge didn't sound too cool. So
Serenity.
Yeah, Serenity. That's Serenity.
It sounds heavenly and just like
it sounds like a spa.
It does. Like, it sounds like I should get some hot rocks massages going on.
So I did a trip to my husband and I did a trip to Charleston. His my husband's great niece loved this restaurant called Pyology.
You
go in there and you could just load up your pizza with whatever toppings. So I sat back, I looked at the name, and I said, Eventology. The multitude of events.
There you go.
That's the name. So of course I searched.
That's
was available. No, wasn't available at first. Everything I do, I put 23 at the end.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which is my birth number.
Yeah.
So I did Eventology 23.
Oh, so there's already Eventology, but you just added that 23, and then that made it your own.
Made it my own.
Okay. Wow.
Yes.
That's
so,
awesome.
Thanks to my great niece, London.
Wow.
She's a sweetie.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, like, and being, here in this, I guess, as a business owner and being the founder of this company for the last, almost 3 years now.
Almost 4.
Or 4, excuse me. And so LinkedIn lied to me. I was like, man, my bad. But anyways, what do you feel like? I don't know. I feel like, what are your thoughts on events and like how they bring those moments? They I guess they kind of cultivate moments to be created into lasting memories. What are your thoughts about like what you bring as far as the experience to your customers and why you're unique to other, compared to other places?
Absolutely. We have so many events. We have more baby showers than ever.
Really?
I just think we're a magnet for baby showers.
Really?
But we have bachelor parties, bachelorette parties, bridal showers, you name it, family reunions, gender reveal.
Yeah.
Some people do the gender reveal and then come back and have the baby shower.
There you go.
Thank you for the money.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I appreciate it.
Wow.
But tons of milestone birthdays. But what I love every event. I try my best to bring in something that I could be proud about.
Yeah.
Or something that I would do.
Yeah.
So, nothing against the law. I wouldn't bring in anything against the law. So, those parties, family reunions, birthday parties, I've made so many friends from having events at my event hall. Really? So many friends.
That's awesome.
So,
returning customers.
Returning customers.
That's,
yes.
That's what it's all about. Like, it's I feel like it's easier to get a one-time customer, but like to get repeating customers that just, see you as family, that's a whole different, thing, and that building that loyalty base and just expanding from there. So that's really awesome. And so I remember earlier, before when we were talking, you mentioned how it was something like you allow 4 hours of prepping and setup.
Absolutely.
That's something that makes you different, right? Yeah, we got to let the people know now. Because they can, book an event.
When I had my party,
yes,
I remember they only gave 2 hours, and my decorator was like, "Oh my gosh, 2 hours!" And of course, they charge for the third, fourth, fifth, and so on.
Yeah.
So I said, you know what? I'm going to give them 4 hours of decorating time. 4 hours without cost. So they would say they booked 6 hours, so they would get 4 hours prior to the 6.
Wow, that's really nice.
And I think I'm rare here in Atlanta.
Yeah,
for the time given.
That is, that's awesome because especially big special occasions like take a lot of setup and a lot of prepping and stuff like that. So that's good that you offer that.
Especially weddings, yeah.
Wow, I could only imagine. And so that's great that you're bringing that value like that. That because people are always like, it's people like can spend money anywhere, but the thing is, what separates some companies from others is that they bring an additional value to the customer. It's like, certain airlines or certain stores or, the Amazons of the world, like, they add certain value. Like, oh, what can we do extra, the extra step. Oh, you want 2 day shipping? Oh, all right, we get Amazon Prime. Oh, you want, a little bit, 2 extra hours of prepping and getting yourself ready for this event. All right, we'll give you the 4 hour, deal where you get that ready. No charge. So like those little tiny things add up, and they're like,
right. And I've gone beyond that. Like if there's no event a day before, I allow them to come in and to drop off or do a few decorating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
So it's more than the 4 hours at times. If I can help.
Yeah. Hey, that's really great because like again, like people are always looking for like that extra value, and that's what will bring you more customers, more loyal customers, because you're loyal to them and just giving them this and that, and giving them what other places are not giving them.
Right.
And just people appreciate that. People appreciate
they really
little
do.
Things.
They really do. They're surprised. They're like, 4 hours? You mean I don't have to pay?
Yeah.
4
Is
hours.
this a trick? Is this like is there something to this? What's the catch? but that's really great. And so like, as a flight attendant, what has been some key things that you feel like are like customer service experiences that you kind of implemented here as a business owner of an event space? What are some things that you kind of transferred over from being a flight attendant into?
Transferred over.
Or just like, maybe some things that you learned along the way as being a flight attendant, as a, doing being in customer service, and you just kind of like, some skills or some,
right.
Things that you...
I think it was always in me. I'm not saying Delta did it for me.
But, yeah.
But definitely. You realize the returning customers at Delta, so we have returning customers. You want to treat everyone as if you wanted to be treated. Kindness goes so far.
Yeah, those are great.
Putting out those fires in a kind way, professional and kind way.
Yeah.
So if someone's upset about. There was one time this lady had an event, but it was an event that she sold tickets to come.
Okay.
And people didn't show up, so I think she took it out on Eventology, start snatching her decorations down. I mean, first of all, you're not really supposed to be selling stuff, but I mean, I allow it. But they never.
Well.
But I was supposed to be responsible for the people that was supposed to come to this event, which I wasn't supposed to be.
Gotcha.
But
You really went above and beyond.
But I treated her kind all the way to exiting the door.
Until you paid me that check.
Well, she already paid the check.
Okay.
I mean, that's, this is an event that you thought was going to go as planned, but it didn't.
Wow.
But, it's okay if you want to use me for a punching bag. It was okay.
That's to a certain extent.
That's what.
Yeah. Wow. That's really interesting. But kindness is something that's I feel like it's a very transferable thing, no matter what industry you're in, whether you're a flight attendant, whether you're a business owner. Like having that kindness and being able to clearly communicate and putting out the fires, and really just conflict management is a big deal because you have all kinds of things that could go left and things that you didn't expect, or maybe you have people who didn't show up at the event, or you have people who come to a wedding and may object and cause anger, and who knows, an explosion in a volcano happens at the wedding. And there's hopefully not.
I literally pray before each event. So.
That's the key, yo. That's the key. That's the magic. That's the magic right there. It's all prayer. You gotta get on those knees and
before I even enter the building.
Thank you,
Lord,
God.
Please let this event go well.
Yeah. So. Wow. Have you had maybe one memorable thing that was wow, that threw me off, or I don't know, a really weird moment, or a story that I don't know that really kind of was oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, there only two.
Only two. Okay.
Only two. So the one I just mentioned, and I shall not mention the event of the other. But still, kindness until you leave the door. But we really help our customers. I mean, even the decorators, as they're struggling to put stuff up, my husband and I, especially my husband, he does everything around the event hall. So, I mean, a lot of times they don't have the items that they need to decorate. Do you have such and such?
Yeah.
So you learn to keep that on hand, the stuff that they're asking for. For the most forgetful item.
Yeah, that's right. And on the other token, I was gonna ask what has been one of the most positive memories that you ever had, maybe at a certain event, or it could have been a wedding or gender reveal, or I don't know, what was something that was I don't know, this is wow, this is a really cool, this is a beautiful moment, this is something that I will never forget, or I don't know.
It's true.
Because I'm sure you had many of those, but just anything that stood out.
I do, so many. Maybe the little kids' birthday parties. I really get a kick out of those.
Yeah.
To see the joy that they have on their faces.
Yeah.
When they see the decoration, they're walking into their decoration.
Wow.
I know. Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, because I remember when I was a kid, I used to have we would sometimes we would dress up, have themed cakes, we'll have the cups, the matching napkins, and all those kinds of things. The balloons. I remember. I saw the pictures of Barney, and as I got older, I would have Power Ranger birthday party, and all kinds of things.
You guys were fancy, because I remember a cake.
And that was it.
Happy birthday!
You were lucky if it had a number on the candle.
This time in day, the kids are so fortunate. I mean, they have everything.
Oh yeah. Wow. It's different. It's different, and it's just I think those are great memories. Because when you grow older and you start working and you start having maybe your own family, you look back and you're man, you remember certain parts of your childhood, and I'm sitting here talking to you about the Power Ranger birthday parties and stuff like that, but I remember how much love I was shown and people show me.
That's what I was gonna say. But, we didn't have the items like the kids have today.
Yeah.
But we had love.
Yeah. That's what matters.
Our birthdays were just super, because it was our birthday, and my mom showed us love.
Yeah.
Each time, each of us had a birthday. So I that's a great memory, the love as opposed to the things.
I think that's what really matters, because like it's whether it be like Christmas or anything that's gift giving. I think as kids, you get so caught up in like the gift giving, or even, it doesn't even have to be kids. It can be like baby showers, or wedding events, or you're getting all these gifts and cards and money and stuff like that. But I think at the end of the day, like, no matter what kind of event you have, no matter what age you are, no matter where you come from, the thing that really matters is like the love around you, the people around you, and the memories that you're all being a part of, the pictures that you're taking, the videos you're taking. So later on, you can look back and be like, oh man, I remember that. That was an amazing time. Or man, I just was around so many people that that cared about me and appreciated me, and I appreciate them and stuff like that. So wow, that's really awesome. And just like, especially like as a person who's older, and you started your business, some people, that's encouraging, because like you have people out there that's like, it's too late for me, I'm already 50, 60, whatever. But that's really cool that you started your business, and who cares what age you are? Like, that's
right.
Like, what would be some like words of encouragement to people who are out there that maybe maybe they're at the midpoint of their life, and they're just like, I've always had this idea. What would you say to encourage them?
Absolutely. If you always had that idea, it's never too late. Just keep striving.
Yeah.
And do your research. And but I chose prayer because
Yes, prayer is very important.
Prayer is very important.
Yes.
Because when I bought that shack, and
shack.
It literally was a shack. It's so beautiful now.
Yeah.
You walk in, it's not a shack, but as I was planning, I'm gonna do this, and then you had to go through the city of Atlanta to rezone, and it people were like, "Oh, you're never gonna get through with the city of Atlanta. It's gonna take years." And these were some people that were faithful Christians.
It's the church folks that are the worst.
I was so surprised. But many people told me, this area is da-da-da-da. Until I got on my knees and truly begged God. I said, Lord, please, because I was losing money at that time. I was going, oh my gosh, I bought this shack, and what am I going to do? And the city is telling me I have to do this guideline, that.
Wow.
I prayed, and when I say I prayed, believe me, you guys, when I prayed, everything just went in order.
Smooth.
Smooth.
Woo.
Unbelievable.
Like a baby skin. Ooh. Yeah. It was wow.
Well, believable because I'm a Christian.
Yeah,
unbelievable
that's right.
to those. So those that are reaching out to start something, put God first.
Yeah.
Because He owns everything we have anyway. So the building is not mine; it's the Lord's. But thanks for letting me use.
Yeah, and letting
use of that and the knowledge to continue on.
Wow.
Getting it up and going.
That's beautiful.
But we have parking. It's gated in, so that's a cool thing.
Yeah. They're nice and protected.
Atlanta parking, it's hard to find. Your cars will be protected. It's gated in.
Because you got these cars, people worry about getting busted, windows, slashed tires, all kinds of, people. I have friends that got, stuff stolen out their car, laptops stolen out their car.
I've heard so many of that.
So it's like, especially in Union Park, in a downtown area.
Right.
So,
and so we're centrally located. We're approximately 7 minutes from Atlanta City Hall.
Wow, that's awesome. But yeah, that's really great that you took a leap of faith, and you didn't regard the haters, the people who were the church folk who were doubting.
Doubters. As opposed to haters. I don't think anyone was hate. I pray that
I hope that you have no haters,
but you just never know. But for those who doubt or just had
skeptics,
fear, they wanted to transfer that fear to me. I don't know.
Yeah,
but it didn't work.
Yeah, that's right. I'm glad, because we wouldn't be here talking if that was the case. I think sometimes people try to project what they're feeling inside, and it may not be. It is, and most of the times it's not even because they don't like you or something like that. Most of the times it's not even that case. It's most of the times like they wish that they were able to start their own business, or they were thinking about doing something, or just they thought that they had an idea about something but just never acted on it.
Okay.
Maybe out of fear. And so sometimes people project fears on others even if they love them.
That's true.
And maybe some people have good intentions, but it just comes out the wrong way,
Mm-hmm.
And but I'm glad that you persisted through, you made it through. You're just like, you know what, that's fine. You said that, I can't control anybody but myself.
Right.
And so I'm going to keep moving forward, taking these actions, keep praying, and, here you are. Voila.
Yeah.
So, wow, that's amazing. It just goes to tell you, like, taking the faith and taking that risk is so important, because I think fear can stop people from doing so many good things. And people just need to just take a chance.
Yeah.
And that's what I know I've been doing more of, like, this 2021 year. I look back at 2020, I'm like, realize, like, yo, man, life's too short. Like,
yeah, it is.
I would, like, there's things that, like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that.
Right.
Like, I mean, I like to talk. Obviously, I have a podcast, but like, I've become like more and more of an action taker. Like, okay, let's talk about it, but then let's also take the action and let's move forward.
That's
because
right.
I think the last thing I would like to have is regrets. I'll list of regrets and just like, I wish I did that, or I wish I, had. Marie on my podcast, So, it's just like, just take the chance, have faith, and, no matter what your age is.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I call this my retirement job.
Yeah, there you go. I mean,
when I retire.
I don't believe in retirement now. I mean, I just,
right.
Because it's just like, you're
retiring from another company.
That's right.
And doing
That's right. You're this is your lifetime work. You're just
and it's something that I love to do.
Exactly.
I really love doing this.
And I can tell, like, your essence, and you're just like your glow. You just tell, like, some people who just like, you look at people I'm working at, like, I'm at McDonald's, they don't love their job. I'm over here looking at them, hey, what do you want? Oh, you're order number 446. All right, get in line now, whatever.
That helps me too.
Yeah.
When I go to stores and you see the behavior of certain people, you're like, oh gosh, please remember not to do that ever.
Yeah.
But I mentor. I have a nonprofit called Turtles to Doves 23. So even though we were at Miles Elementary School for like 2 years, and now we're at Renaissance Church of Christ with the girls. But even though I'm not mentoring these people at the stores, but I always pull the young ladies aside and say, come on, smile, you're a beautiful person. You just say hello, welcome. I don't know if managers are doing that in stores today, but it seems that they're not.
Yeah.
So I pick one, teach one.
That's right. That's right. I think it's really great to have, like, people who are like a mentor figure, like, because that helps the next generation. Like, so somebody taught me, so now I feel obligated to teach somebody else, this knowledge or this wisdom, and carry it on, so that it just keeps going on. And then the only way you can pay the person back is by paying it forward to the next person. And that's really nice that you and thoughtful that you do stuff like that, because some people just kind of like let it go.
That's my greatest love.
Yeah.
I've been doing it for years. Oh my goodness. Michigan and New York and everywhere that I've lived.
Yeah, and I remember you kind of braced over your nonprofit. Tell us more about, like, what you guys do, the mission that you have with it and everything like that.
Absolutely. We mentor. I have about 5 to 6 directors. Well, I had 6 when we started at Miles Elementary School. We mentor grades 3rd through 5th at Miles Elementary School, just their social awareness, just everything that needed to change. We had some young girls that were just, I thought etiquette was supposed to lead the way. Yeah. So we, taught them great etiquette skills. It was so cute when everyone would just talk out at the same time, and once they finished their etiquette skills, they would go, "Excuse me, may I use the restroom?" It was so funny to see them transform as fast as they did.
Wow.
So you could teach anybody, you know, it's our job to get out there and teach these young girls.
Yeah.
Or the young men.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm glad for our church that we have. They did bring Turtles to Doves there, and then they have one also for young men.
Okay.
So you just...
That's good. That's really good. It's just because some people like they just need that extra push or the extra guidance.
That's it.
Maybe they didn't have like both of their parents or growing up in their household, and maybe they didn't grow up with a mother, and maybe
I've
you're here and you're.
There was one kid, I won't say the name, but it's amazing. Like as the years went on, she was like, I think I was out sick one time and came back the next week. She was like, "Miss Ambery, I miss you." With her cute Southern voice, it was so cute. Oh. And she became she was a problem child at school. That teachers would send her from class to class to class because of the behavior. Instead of helping her, they would just let her sit in a class. So you're missing out on education. You're missing out on. There was nobody there to. I guess it's hard to discipline these days. I mean, you're but you have to discipline with your hands.
You can just talk to them.
So so it was a good thing that she joined Turtles to Doves 23 because it helped her so much. And she showed love. Oh my gosh, she used to be the little bully beating up everyone.
Oh man.
But she was a lovely, I saw it in her. I knew that she had love for people, It's just, I think a defensive one, when someone would tease her or whatever, I think that's when she fought. But she ended up being a great student.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's great. That's great that you were like able to like pour and invest your time and energy to her, and I mean that's definitely gonna pay dividends later on. And because it's like that one person they grow up and like, oh man, I really appreciate Miss Anne Marie. She really was there for me. She's like a mother figure to me, and brought some stability to my life. And when some people grow up without stability and without a teacher, outside of the classroom per se, and somebody that's going to be there for them, and somebody who cares about them, and it's not just sit in that corner, sit in that classroom, but you really care about them.
Oh yes.
And it's not just I wrote a check, I donate to the charity to the poor. No, you really invest. You pull up the sleeves, getting dirty. All right, we got these bully kids. Oh, we about to fix that up in here now. We ain't about to be no bullies no more. So. So yeah, that's where it's all about showing that love, but here as we conclude, we always talk about like how life is like a house, and there's different foundational structures that we build the house on. And what do you feel like? What is one foundational piece that your life, your house is built on?
My life is built on.
If your life is like a house, one foundational piece.
Oh, definitely a solid foundation. So it would be what is it called?
You talking about the stable?
Stable. Yes. The cement.
Yeah. Like what's like some people for some people it's like their foundational pieces. Their faith. Some people's foundational pieces like their family, some legacy, like those kind of. I was like using the analogy. Sorry for the confusion. My bad.
It's like a house.
If your life is like a house,
definitely. Well, I had to get the family, and my mom directed us to the Lord, so it was family and faith. I love my family so much. A lot of people think we're best friends. Yeah, I have 5. It's 5 girls, 1 boy. Wow. And we're that
Who's
closest. The oldest is Annette. Oh, go ahead. Annette lives in Texas. Okay. Nancy is still in New York. Then it's my brother Edward. Me, Anne Marie. Then Ross and Deirdre.
Wow. Yes. Wow. That's awesome. Yes.
So I love my family so much, and the support that they give, we give each other. Because if I get a cut, my brother's like ready to drive over and say, let's get to the hospital. I mean, that's how close. I mean, we're so close.
That's awesome.
And I thank God for that. Because so with my mom, who, she found, she started going to church, and then she obeyed the gospel, and she passed it on, made sure we had to, worship, and that's how we became members of the church. So I say, I thank my mom for guiding us to the church, but definitely my faith.
Beautiful. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
That's the solid. That's the solid rock that I stand on. Yeah. Because I can't do. I've learned. Oh, I went through so many. What you call it? Sorrows throughout the years, death of loved ones. And if it wasn't for God, I don't think I would have made it. Because death was something that I was so afraid of when I was younger. Even as I became 40, 50. But as I learned what happens after death, I want no more tears, no more sorrows. Yeah. So I know that it doesn't end there.
Yeah. It's just the beginning. Wow. And so we're now going to be transitioning to the last segment of the podcast, and that is question of the day. The question of the day is just something random that has nothing to do with what we just talked about. Okay. A little bit lighter. And today's question of the day is, if you're at the Grammys, right? Okay. And you're awarding like the best, like a Grammy to the best artist of 2020, who would it be?
And we're speaking of artists like singer.
Singer. Yeah, best singer of 2020 in your opinion.
Of 2020. Oh my gosh, there's so many. But I would give it to John Legend.
That's a good choice. And why?
John Legend, he shows so much love of family. John Legend's, the songs he sang are uplifting. They're real. Yeah. Soul searching. Yeah.
Very soulful.
He's a soulful art. You could feel it. Yeah. And I just love the way he treats his family. He's
family man.
Yeah. He's definitely a family man. But he shows love. I've never seen him angry or anything. You've seen stories about certain stars or singers that get angry, and he is just, to me, seems like, I've never met him, but how flight attendants, we meet stars. I've met so many, but
Did you meet him?
No, I've never met him.
We
meet so many stars.
My bad. I was like sitting here. Maybe she didn't know him deeply. Maybe she met him in like passing. Like, my bad. I was like, I like misheard that. I was like, whoa, what?
Oh, that would have been so cool.
Yeah.
I could back it up. I did meet B.B. King.
Okay.
And B.B. because I love blues. I may have to. John, you're second. B.B. King. I met B.B. King coming from Bangor, Maine. And I saw this old gentleman just telling jokes. It was an empty flight, believe it or not. Yeah. It was way back in the probably like 98, 99. Wow. And I looked at the manifest, it shows you who's in first class, and it's like B.B. King. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sitting up here laughing with this man because he's telling jokes. And I went back and I said, well, where's Lucille?
Oh, man.
When I recognized the face, but I was like, where do I know this guy? And he was so humble and so nice. So nice. And everybody's not nice on those flights, but... I treat them just like every other customer.
Yeah. No special treatment.
No special treatment.
You gotta lift your seat up, sir. We about to land. I had to do that to Stephen Colbert one time. Excuse me, sir. I need you to lift your seat up. I know you Mr. Stephen Colbert, but you like everybody else. But that's cool.
We have some good stars out there. I must say. But B.B. King definitely was my number one. John Legend, you're number two.
Or of just 2020, like
of 2020.
Okay.
I took a voluntary leave. I haven't been there. I haven't been flying in 2020.
I meant like your favorite artist of just the year of 2020.
Just a year.
Still
John Legend.
Yeah, we'll go like because BB King he didn't mean no music in
I know, but it's still it's historical.
Yeah.
It's in my.
Okay, so we had the list of all time favorite, and then we have like all right more recent favorite. How about that?
Recent.
Is that
John
more?
Legend.
Is that fair?
It's still John Legend.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you so much. Really appreciate you being here on the podcast, and it's been great.
Yeah, it has.
I really appreciate you.
It sure has. Thank you so much, Andre.
Yeah, and so be sure to follow her on all social media platforms at Eventology 23. Guys, that's Eventology 23. And where can we find you on your website for bookings?
Sure, go to www.eventology23.com. Mm-hmm. You can find us on at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
Awesome.
So, and I forgot to mention.
Yes.
We have specials going on.
Ooh, specials.
Okay, for those of you who are listening or seeing this podcast, just come with the number 23. I'll know you're supposed to get that special.
Okay. Do they wear it on their shirt or like?
No. Just call and say hi. Oh, I'm sorry. And you would call 404-893-8706 and just say, hey, I have the number 23. Where's my discount? So that number once again is 404-893-8706. Thank you.
All right. Well, there you have it, guys. Thank you so much again. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care. And be sure also to subscribe to the Speak Your Life podcast. You can get more episodes like this, more amazing conversations, more impactful conversations. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. And now we're starting to develop more on YouTube. So you'll see more videos pop up. You'll see clips. You'll see whole videos of amazing conversations with amazing people, amazing guests. So be sure to do that. Show some love. Also show some love on the Patreon account. If you want to support, you can support as little as $1 every month. And that will continue to allow us to bring great content to you guys. And that is all we have for today. Thank you guys so much. Love you. Peace. All right.
Yes.
There we go.
That was fun.